Good morning, everyone. I have to say I'm delighted to be here. I am an old girl of the school, and it's completely unrecognisable from when I was here. When I had the opportunity to come along today and speak with you, I did what I suspect many of the speakers did, and I Googled how to make a great TED Talk. And you know that if you Google that, you can actually watch the top 5 TED Talks on how to make a top TED Talk. And that was really interesting. One of the key messages that I got out of that bit of background research was, tell a story. People connect with stories. And that really resonated with me because that's central to the idea I want to talk to you about today. Is that if you want people to go on the journey with you, if you want them to connect to a concept or an idea, storytelling is one of the most powerful tools you can use. So today I want to tell you a story and share a story with you, and it's a really personal story. It's a story about carrots. I'm deeply serious, okay? So when you leave here today, I want you to connect with carrots in a way that you've never done before. I want you to know things that you've never thought about before. I mean, there might be some carrot experts in the room. I don't want to assume that there's not. But hopefully, even for any carrot experts that might be with us today, you'll learn something. Now, one fact you might not know is that carrots consistently come in at number one in the top 10 list of most frequently purchased vegetables. Personally, I'm not surprised because as a child, I actually loved carrots. You know, I really did. I have this memory of coming home from school and after doing a bit of homework, I'd be pestering Mum and be going, "Oh, Mum, I'm starving. How long till dinner?" And what she would do is she would hand me a carrot and say, "Here, eat this." But actually, you know, truth be told, I genuinely liked them. I loved nothing better than a cool, crispy carrot. You know, but at that stage, you know, it never occurred to me, really, was not part of my consciousness that carrot came from anywhere other than the fridge. From the crisper in the fridge, which incidentally in our household we call the drawer of death. But nevertheless, it never occurred to me anything further about the carrot other than that perhaps it may have come from the supermarket to the drawer of death and then on to me. But that was a long time ago. Today, I know a lot more. Like, for example, did you realise that just over the mountain here, just down the road from here, is actually the carrot capital of Queensland? And actually, at this time of year, it's the carrot capital of the world. And that's what I'm interested about, is I want people to connect a bit more with their food, to know the story of the food, because once you know the story of something, it has more value. And hopefully when people place value on something, they have information that can help them make more informed choices about what they're choosing to eat and who they're choosing to buy it from. So over here in the Scenic Rim, which is where I live over in the Fassifern Valley. And it's in the Fassifern Valley that's really carrot central in the Scenic Rim. The Scenic Rim is home to about 40,000 people. It includes towns. Some of you may well live in the Scenic Rim. It includes towns like Tamborine Mountain. You do? Well done. Anyone else? Tamborine Mountain, Canungra, Beaudesert, Beechmont, right across then to Boona, Arachula and Kalbar, which is my closest town in the heart of the Fassifern Valley. So I'm married to a carrot farmer. Yes, it's true. Carrots became inextricably entwined in my life 10 years ago when we were married. In fact, carrots controlled our wedding date. When we were planning our wedding, romantic as it is, we sat down with the planner and Ed said to me, "Well, there's 2 dates we can get married." There's actually only one. And it was all about carrot planting schedules. But, you know, I knew what I was going into. I went into it with my eyes opened, and in the last 10 years, you know, I have to say I've grown to love carrots, despite their many inconveniences in my private life. But ladies, who would like to know a beauty tip? Who would like to know how to get a beautiful, healthy, safe, sunless glow to their skin? What? Oh my God, how did you guess? Eat carrots. Carrots And all fruit and veg, but particularly carrots, are high in carotene. And it's carotene that's proven to give your skin a really healthy, attractive glow. Save your money on your fake tanning, ladies. Eat carrots. Now, don't overdo it, because orange is never good in skin colour. True orange, it's not good in fake tan or carrot-induced. Don't go there, but certainly you'd have to eat a lot of carrots to have that issue. Here's another interesting fact. Who was told growing up, eat your carrots, they'll help you see in the dark? Yeah? Just wait for that. So hang on, here's where I live. So, eat your carrots, they'll help you see in the dark, is total propaganda. And by that I mean it's actual propaganda. It was a story that the War Office made up in World War II for two reasons. So they were telling everyone during the war, eat more carrots, they'll help you see in the dark. They'll help you get through the blackouts at night. And it's a really good thing. You must eat carrots, they'll help you see in the dark. They were also using it as a convenient explanation for why their RAF pilots were suddenly incredibly accurate during their night raids. So they were telling everyone it's because they were feeding their fighter pilots carrots. They were eating so many carrots that their night vision was really great, and that's why they were so accurate. What they were actually doing was disguising the fact that they had made great advances in radar technology, to the point where they'd got it on board the aircraft. And that was why they were increasingly accurate. But during wartime, that's not some information they wanted to get out. So they told people, because we eat lots of carrots. So I'm here to tell you today that carrots are really good for your eye health, but I'm afraid, no, they will not help you see in the dark, okay? But speaking of technology, I want to talk about technology in farming, because farmers are some serious tech heads. Now, what I'm showing you here, how pretty is that, by the way? Who doesn't love a pop of turquoise sky, am I right? Turquoise, beautiful, bright. What you're looking at here is some really cool carrot seeds. That's what carrot seeds look like. Now, don't be alarmed. They're turquoise for a really good reason. What colour is soil? Brown. What colour would you think maybe a carrot seed is before it gets this colour on it? Brown. So if you're planting seeds and you want to know where they are and you're looking for them to see if they've been dug to the right depth, etc., it's really helpful if they're a nice bright colour. The other thing about this is that these little baby carrot seeds have been coated with some trace element nutrients, and they've also been coated with something called mycorrhizal inoculant. And mycorrhizal inoculant is this really cool naturally occurring substance that, when it binds with the roots of a baby plant, helps it absorb water and nutrients. So basically, each little baby carrot seed is wrapped up with goodness, so that when it starts its journey into the world, it has everything it needs for a good, healthy life. Isn't that cool? But the other thing that is really good about this is once these seeds are coated with all this goodness and sort of a pop of colour, just for fun, a precision planter can plant the seeds at precisely 31 millimetres apart. 31 millimetres apart, so that we can grow you the perfect 30 millimetre carrot. Farmers are complete tech junkies. Don't be fooled by their cheeky smiles and grubby King Gs. These guys love a bit of technology. On our farm, for example, GPS can steer our tractors. Ed, my husband, can turn the irrigators on and off from his iPhone. And he loves a bit of gadgets, so he's also been able to use unmanned aerial vehicles to use infrared mapping of plant health. Technology is really embedded into farming in Australia, and that is how Australian farmers are at the top of their game and how we compete on the world stage. So just to give you an idea, we're not massive carrot farmers in the scheme of things. We'll have 75 acres of carrots planted this year, and from that 75 acres we will be producing, we did the math the other night, 22 million carrots for your snacking pleasure. And this is Big Blue who actually digs the carrots for us. He comes along in the tractor, there's a blade going underneath to help lift them up out of the ground, forks at the top that pull them up by the tops. They go up the conveyor belt, across the back and into the truck. They go just 2 kilometres down the road, where they go through a lovely wet and wild water slide hydrocooling process into a truck in a matter of hours and off to the stores and supermarkets where you can then buy them and happily, healthfully snack on them, knowing that they're fresh, safe and healthy and grown just down the road. So I think farming's really cool. I mean, 10 years ago, I loved a carrot, sure, but I had no idea just how fully awesome they were. Now, I work with the Scenic Rim Regional Council. I'm a senior manager there, and I look after things like customer service, cultural services, what else do I do? Community development, economic development and tourism. In the Scenic Rim, the key economies are agriculture and tourism. I noticed that whenever friends came to visit us, they were just so engaged about farming. You know, like their kids just wanted to get muddy. And if we go to a dinner party, everyone wants to talk to Ed. Not me. They want to ask him, why don't my carrots grow? Why aren't they straight? How do I get my tomatoes to bloom? Etc, etc, etc. And it suddenly dawned on me, we have a massive opportunity. People are really interested about food right now. MasterChef, My Kitchen Rules, etc, etc. And here we are just an hour down the road with like a wealth of food that's growing and a really huge opportunity to tell those stories. So what we did, starting in 2011, is we created a thing called Eat Local Week. It's really grown. So as last year we had 15,500 people come and visit us during Eat Local Week. You too can come, please. In the school holidays, 27th of June to the 5th of July, there's a massive range of activities. Farmers open their gates, come and meet them, pat the animals, milk the cows. You can come to the carrot field day and you can pull your own carrots out of the ground and you can go through the shed and you can have a fantastic day. Because you know what? I really think these are stories that matter. And I think if we give people a platform and an opportunity to come and hear them, I find that people are really interested. But it's also a really personal story. Oh, thank you. These guys are really cute. That's my family. So that's Ed, my husband, our dog Safi, our 2 cheeky monkeys, and our baby carrots. They're an important part of the family too. So the next time you're snacking on a carrot, I hope that you can think a little bit more about that and the journey that it came from. And above all else, if you want to tell someone something important, if you want them to engage, tell them a story.